feel like it's that episode of Parks and Rec. Andy's like doing dramatizations of movies to entertain the crowd before the play starts. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "What the hell are you?" And then the alien says, "What the hell are you?" And now, another word from one of our sponsors. Do you worry that you've left the ramp open? Are you in uncharted territory with perhaps a little bit of something on your record? Well, not to worry. With a patented super chill heatsink functionality, a Gemini Ballistics salvo frag pistol will keep your ass out of the fire. Fools run up to get laid down. Gemini Ballistics. Like, I imagine the holdup is the fact that, you know, some people aren't there yet. I wonder if, like, someone's, like, stuck in traffic who's important. Or
I
maybe
mean, we
it's,
have
like,
50 out of
somebody
50.
your crime stat. Or, like... I mean, I know we do, but it seems like what they're saying in the chat is, like, they're waiting for a few other servers that have, like, some stragglers. And I was just thinking, for the sake of conversation, you know, like, what could be keeping them? Like, are they at a red light? Did they spill their coffee? Like, did their dog take a shit in the kitchen? Like, did somebody not... Oh.
Then we'll be able to launch shortly. Thanks for your patience. Won't be too much longer.
And that was the voice of Corsair, the event organizer. So apparently we will be starting soon. Oh, what other things could we be waiting on?
Maybe somebody didn't close the toilet before they did a high G maneuver. They gotta clean their shit.
They didn't.
For the,
they didn't.
VIPs.
They didn't close the cargo bay in the Nomad. It was kind of open. You gotta stop and close that.
Right.
You gotta refuel the MSR a lot.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. Some you know, like VIP's MSR ran out of fuel, and they have to like take 3 or 4 Starfarers to go fill it up.
We're waiting on all of the Atmos staff to place each individual rock on Daymar. You know, it takes a very long time. they have very specific.
With all the invisible rocks, they had to actually, you know, account for that. So they placed all the rocks, and they have a very precise process. They document and double check every rock. No invisible rocks. And now, another word from our sponsors. Microtex Mobiglass. For those who said it was impossible, it wasn't. Your world delivered to the back of your arm. Mobiglass.
Well, tell me, you have to regale me. What was like the typo? It was in every Microtech elevator, that advertisement.
Yes. So the advertisement. So when they made Microtech part of the demo for, I think it was CitizenCon 2018, I think, or maybe 2019. But there were some engineering hurdles, like, you know, object container streaming in particular. I think that was a big item, and that had a lot of doubts have been cast upon it, and people said it was impossible, and like it was a thing that was well circulated in the community. And like, as a quiet retort to that, in the Microtech elevator in CitizenCon, they had an advertisement that showed basically what I just said. It's a Mobiglass, and it says, to those who said it wasn't possible, it was. Or what, it was impossible, it wasn't. And so like, eventually that advertisement started showing up in the game, in the playable version of Microtech, except they had the text lines overlaid in the same layer. So it was like, to those who said it was impossible, it like, and it was just like, it wasn't a typo, it was just a complete overlapping of the lines of dialogue. And like, they were animated, so it would like lay out the first sentence and then right over that sentence, and it was just like, guys, if you're gonna like take a jab at the haters, like, that's the one thing you need to make sure it works. And it was like that for a year. Like, it was I remember, like, I exclaimed with joy when they finally fixed it. I was just like, yes!
I probably have that in a video somewhere. In all the archives. So much footage to go through.
I want to thank everybody for their patience, but it's time for a message from our fourth sponsor. Cure-All Med Pens. Let me tell you what, guys. The last thing you want to find yourself without on an expedition is a med pen.
That's right.
with the way that powered suits of armor tend to attack your limbs these days, and the amount of sudden leg injuries, on the rise, you really don't want to be without the clotting factor that Cure-All is known for. You can count on. So, because we've had to buy so many of their pens, we've actually worked out a little bit of a promotion for you guys. So if you go to their website on your Mobi and you type in promo code Wreckage, you can get 15% off when you buy 100 or more Cure-All med pens for your crew today. And that's a hot offer. It's only going to be around while supplies last.
Wow, I'm really glad we worked that. That's really great.
They're in need of the business.
The list is growing. The list is growing. Rec Raiders Salvage Incorporated, once just a small family business, is now getting into system-wide racing events.
We're an official partner of Lorville's Reclamation and Disposal Division, headed by Clovis Darneely.
That's right. So next time you have an engine issue while you're in the void, you blow them, we tow them. Rec Raiders Salvage Incorporated. Just dial our number in on your Mobi Glass. That is 181-3373-29. I want to see how far I could go with before I could laugh. I can only make 800. 316.
I'm just thinking of this ridiculous taglines now, Rec Raiders, we'll be your Huckleberry. You're like, Rec Raiders, shut the hell up. Bye today.
Rec Raiders, have some respect.
Yeah. I'm really challenging my Star Citizen brand knowledge.
Yeah, really.
I'm
maybe
struggling to think who was the manufacturer of the Ripper?
I mean, hey, you could talk about Daymar's core again. That was really great.
Right.
Yeah, so Daymar is a moon with a low gravity, but obviously a very sandy surface with a variety of salt flats, clay. We have hard rock mountain formations that appear to be some type of slate or granite. And so that's all due to the formation of the Stanton system, the different cores of the different moons, obviously give them different properties, different densities.
With a 35% nickel core, the Daymar moon has actually strangely, as tectonic, strangely similar to that of a fully sized planet. The density of the core, you see, manages to cause similar convection currents in its, albeit small, but very heavy mantle.
And see, it's those reactions that actually make it a very important mining moon. It's actually been stripped since its discovery back in 2678, and so that was actually a hotbed. So we do realize Coudray Ore, there is a closed mine. There is a new mining outpost that is like a trading area only for buying and selling. There's not a lot of mining left.
Which is a recent development because of the very recent discovery of otherwise left behind materials can now be used in specialized components, and Shubin has returned to the moon to try and reinvigorate the Stanton economy.
Exactly, because once we realized, no, we don't need quartz for those 2-story tall Carrick cockpit window glassing. We need more laranite to stabilize the chemical reactions when you're making the protoplasm cockpit glass now.
That's right.
So that's revitalizing a lot of the mining around Stanton. They've found these new synthetic materials for increasing ship production.
And that's jobs. And the more jobs there are, there's less people to join Xenothreat and make trouble for the hard-working people of Stanton.
Right. Well and good. What are your thoughts on synthetic beers? So realizing that... So, of all the planets and moons in the Stanton system, there's not really a lot of arable farmland. So farming is mostly to those who have endeavors that are converted to be the biodome model. It's very important to remember that endeavors also can have ship hangars and medical bays, multiple medical bays. They can be endeavor class hospital craft, but again,
which are important facilities for for cultivating the live soil that's necessary to make the most authentic flavors. Like, you can't grow synthetic wheat out of cruddy soil. Like,
because it is important to know that, like, Microtech for a while was intending to be kind of the source for organic and biomass material for fabricating food and drink until they messed up the terraforming, and now it has become just permafrost, tundra everywhere. You might see some hills alive with the sound of music, but that's few and far between. Those little alpine valleys in the middle. So when it comes to those synthetic
Love
things,
Machine, some of our friends at the Free People's Alliance in Levski told me that they think Microtech sabotaged the terraforming efforts on purpose to buy the planet at a lower price.
But then what would you do with it? I
Well,
mean,
It's
obviously
very cold,
when-
so they make computers there.
Yes. I see. Now that's a lot of speculation. And
We don't
you might
endorse
have
these
to-
theories.
You might have to
know.
point that toward our new Imperator
That's right.
to try to, that was big this year. For those who missed it, are the 5 candidates for the Imperator collection. And while we're here waiting for the Daymar Rally, let me find and list them all for you now. No, just kidding. I'm not doing that.
I believe it was
Vote Sherrod.
Imperator Sherrod. That's right.
Purple. Yeah, Sherrod was purple. That's why you vote Sherrod, because Sherrod was purple. That's all I remember. I even actually did some research, and I straight up forgot why I voted Sherrod. It's been so long. Something about some of them wanted more AI world, and some people didn't. Basically, well, AI is going to take away gerbs. Synth world. That was the big issue.
That's right.
Synth
Yeah.
world. Yes.
Sunk cost fallacy on Synth World.
Right. Oh yes, install. Will the Endeavor be a massive mobile brewery? The answer to that is probably. I don't see why not.
The continuing debate over whether botanicals or beverages would be the source of a primary source of income for the recreators will be up for debate at this year's financial meeting. Check the calendar.
Yes, we will be moving on a motion to either reinvigorate or to finally close Wolf Cola, a great beverage
Wolf
provider
Cola.
that was originated in Ontario, in a place called Philadelphia. Wolf Cola has been known to have some shady clientele, but they are a reliable beverage company. They've been wanting to serve refreshment. They've been serving refreshment, actually, for several centuries after their initiation from their home base in Philadelphia and moved on to several systems. So we were going to try to partner with them for their distribution system. They have old documents, and they were just holding on as a shell corporation for now, but we actually might want to use their distribution system, some of their formulas, so we shall see. Wolf Cola. Crush your thirst.
Crush your thirst.